Are you a Jesus-loving woman who overexercises and deprives herself of food, desperately trying to obtain a goal weight on the scale? And yet, at the same time, you strive to be a healthy version of yourself by eating well and feeling fit? Hi, I'm Andrea, and I was running on the same hamster wheel for over 20 years. My toxic body image and eating disorder stole my joy and self-respect. Thankfully, God was always with me, fighting my battles and blessing me with the grit to reclaim my life. I'm off the hamster wheel, but I see you still stuck in the cage, and I want to help free you too. Journey with me every week. I'll share personal stories, tools, mindset shifts, and the practical steps I took to heal my unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. I don't believe food and exercise are the problems. I believe they're part of the solution. Instead, I'll teach you how your mindset and faith are the keys to healing. Get ready to navigate your newfound path to healing. Get ready to reclaim your self-worth. Get ready to realign with your God-given identity. For in this identity is where you find true wellness and healing. When you are well, your gifts shine into the world. Shine on, babe. Let's do this. I'm Andrea Carroll, and this is Good Vanilla. Hey, pretty peeps. I'm quickly popping in here before we get rolling to communicate that I am not giving medical advice. I'm giving energetic, emotional, and mental support for women on their health journeys. I'm here because I care. I hope sharing my story will in some way help you on your unique path. Okay, let's dive in. Hey, wonderful people. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I am so happy to have you here. I wish we could be sitting side by side and chatting, but this is good too. Is it possible? Here's a question for you. Is it possible to turn your struggles with body image and eating disorder, disordered eating, is it possible for you to turn those struggles into blessings? And I ask you this because as Christians, you can read almost any Bible verse, and we are told to be content in all circumstances, to pray continually, to give thanksgiving, to have a grateful heart. Basically, that God has bestowed us with all these blessings and gifts, and we're the receivers of them as His children. But when you feel like you have been given the heartache and the pain of an eating disorder and low self-esteem, toxic body image, battling with disordered eating, your relationship with your body, with food is not healthy. If this is what you are given, are we supposed to be grateful for that? My answer is yes. Yes, friend. It is possible to find the blessings and the lessons, because it is actually, there are more lessons and more blessings bestowed on us in the challenging seasons, in the challenging, when we are going through the hardest parts or what feels like the hardest parts of our lives, right? And struggling with mental health. Speaking from my experiences when I've had physical things, like I've dealt with a lot of physical pain in my life and a lot of mental health pain. And let me tell you, I don't know which one is worse. I would have thought that that physical pain is worse than dealing with emotional pain. But I can tell you, it has to be, it feels like it's just as bad or worse. It really does. And we have to find a way to shift our mindset around our experiences and stop asking the question, why me, God? Why me? Why'd you give me this eating disorder? Why'd you give me this body that I hate so much? Why did you put this food in front of me that triggers me? Why did you? Rather than saying those things, we need to be saying, what do you want me to learn from this? What do you want me to learn in this situation? And it took me a long time to get to the place of being able to accept the heartache and pain of going through an eating disorder and, quite honestly, hating myself, hating my body, and having just such a low self-esteem and sense of unworthiness. I had to get to a place where I could turn and look back at that and say, okay, what's something good that came out of this? What did I learn from this? Because, friend, God loves you more than anything. And remember that our trials on earth are temporary. They feel like they're going to last forever. And I'm just as guilty of this as anyone else. I don't like being uncomfortable. And as soon as something is not going my way, I don't like that. And I make it known to people and God. I tell them what I think. But we were not, this is not our home, right? We have to take our eyes off the temporary. We have to fix it on the eternal. We have to fix our eyes on the eternal, on the unseen, and stop focusing so much on the seen. And when we can start to have that mindset shift, then you can start to see what blessings you have been gifted. I will share 2 with you, because I had asked myself, okay, what blessings or what can I learn struggling with my body image and struggling with an eating disorder? And the first thing that came to mind was I had to learn how to take care of my health. And now when I say health, that's a very broad term, right? But all encompassing, first of all, I had to learn how to take care of my physical health. Because here's the complexity of me as a person, and I know you're just as complex, because if you're listening to me and you resonate with me, we have this connection of this deep heart, like this deep heart-centered person that is sensitive, and we feel things so intensely, and we are so passionate in our lives, and we can feel so misunderstood. But let me tell you, I understand. I understand the complexities of these things, because when I developed my eating disorder, a part of what I was doing was I was educating myself on food and exercise because I wanted to optimize my results. I wanted to, I didn't know anything about eating well. And so I started learning about food and what kind of food our bodies need and how God made us we're not meant to be eating all this processed food. And I didn't have any of that knowledge. So I subscribed to magazines. This was back when it was so cool to subscribe to magazines. I subscribed to Health Magazine. I subscribed to women's health. And then there was actually a Sports Illustrated for women at the time. There were these 3 main magazines that I subscribed to. And so I would get information on food, and I learned about the body and how to exercise. And if you do this exercise, you'll get this result, and blah, 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 and I know way more now than I did then about the whole fitness industry and diet culture. Okay. So take that out of it, because there's a lot there that I didn't know that I was being sucked into. But I was learning about food that I had no idea about at the time. I was like 14 years old, and I was like, okay, what about food? Like, what is healthy, quotation mark, air quotes here. And what workout is good to get my heart rate up and do this and get tone and build muscle. And I didn't know about the benefits of resistance training, and how when you put on muscle, you're actually burning more calories. So here's the thing. Yes, I was obsessed. I took it way too far because of my personality. That's why the eating disorder happened, is I started learning, and I flipped it all the way up to the other end. Like, there was no middle for me. It was the all or nothing mentality. I went all the way in, and then all the way in with this eating disorder. But I did learn many things about food and about exercise that have set the foundation for me and my values and my knowledge about how I want to maintain my physical fitness today so that I have a quality life. And it was something that no one else was doing. There were no other 14-year-olds reading Women's Health Magazine, and Women's Sports Illustrated. They weren't reading that and trying to develop, like, grow in that way and gain that type of knowledge. And that showed later on, because then in later teens and early 20s, and even on through 20s, and that set up and I've always had a natural passion and interest. Health and wellness are passions of mine. Eating well, working out, those are passions of mine. And you're going to hear more about that on this podcast. I'm going to be integrating how to heal from an eating disorder, but yet still maintaining that desire to feel fit and eat well, but not being triggered to fall back into those old eating disorder habits and those ways of thinking. And because that's what happens, right? We have to be aware. It's always going to be about awareness. That is what so much of mental health is about. The first thing is being aware of the way you think, okay? But back to what I was saying about how when we get older, our bodies change, our hormones change, and our metabolism changes. So if I didn't read and educate myself on food and on fitness, I would have been so much further behind. And I saw that with the people that I grew up with from my childhood and in the junior high years and high school years. Later on, when they were growing up and their bodies started changing, it was like they were just so confused as to why this was happening. That why, when they were younger, they could eat whatever they wanted and really see no change in their weight. And now, all of a sudden, they were putting on weight because they were eating what they wanted before it was the habit, right? The lifestyle of eating whatever they wanted, and that expectation of that's how the way their whole life was going to be. And that's just not realistic. Okay. So I had that background. I had that education. I had that knowledge. I gave that to myself. And I believe that is a gift. It most certainly is a gift that I learned how to take care of my health at a very young age. You do not have to teach an old dog new tricks with me, because I taught myself that young. And I believe that that is a blessing and that is a gift. Creating that foundation of establishing a healthy lifestyle where later on in life, the quality of life is at a level at which I can do what I want to do. My body can do what I ask of it. That is a pretty great gift, if you ask me. Another thing that I learned, or a blessing from having an eating disorder, having toxic body image, was I learned what it was to work hard for something and achieve it. I honestly believe that if I wasn't so obsessive and if I wasn't such a spaz, I honestly believe that I would not have developed an eating disorder from when I started working out when I was 14. If I wouldn't have that first time when I stepped on the scale and I saw that I lost 10 pounds, if that wasn't like a shot of dopamine that was like just fueled my competitive spirit and just had me like, how far can I go with this? That's essentially what I thought, like, oh, how much more can I lose? Like, I am too competitive for my own good. Like, I'm too driven. So I really believe that that personality, if I didn't have that personality, I would not have developed an eating disorder. I just would have started working out. I would have got healthier. I would have created, developed this new lifestyle for myself that would have been really great, minus the eating disorder, okay? That's not what happened. But I set a goal. I had a goal. I wanted to lose weight. And I wanted to start working out. I was sick and tired of feeling the way I felt about myself. And I worked hard. I was disciplined. I was committed. And I achieved it. I did achieve losing weight. I did. And I did achieve educating myself and learning more about how to eat healthier, how to really just start a lifestyle of wellness. And that says a lot about somebody. And I know it says a lot about me being that when I was 14 that I did this on my own. I drove myself to, it was, no one else was telling me you have to go do this. Like, it was like, no, I'm going to do this. I just decided. And I worked hard. It was hard work. It was hard work stepping out of my comfort zone and getting in shape. It was. But then I got in shape. And then, like I said, I took it too far. But if you can see where I'm trying to go with this, have an open mind and see, because it's not like I just developed an eating disorder and that's what happened. No, there were other things that came out of this. There were other good things that came out of this. And can I throw in a third one because it just came to me? Oh my gosh, this podcast and my business that I started, my business around Christian healing for women that are trying to heal and recover from eating disorders and body image problems. I would not have started this. And the fact that I have reached the level of healing and recovery that I have today. Once you start thinking positive, once you start focusing on the positive, then you're going to get more of that. So friend, please, when you look at your eating disorder, when you look at your body image and how terrible it is. Don't just sit there and go, man, this really stinks. Yes, it does. But what else? What else is there? What else is hidden in there? Because remember, it is a mental health condition and it is layered on top of things. There is so much of you underneath that led up to the point of this eating disorder. So what is underneath? What are the lessons? What are the things what is the bright light that can come out of this? And maybe just working on your recovery and sticking with your healing and not giving up. Maybe that's going to be the thing. The perseverance, the grit, keep going. Don't give up. You are worth too much. You are worth too much. And I say it all the time. You were made for a purpose, on purpose by God. You are needed in this world. Your value and your worth, this world needs you. And we need you to see that. And a part of seeing that is starting to pick out the positive things. Start picking it out from your brain, because I know the obsessive way of thinking, the way you live in your head all day long, and how negative it is. But that's the point too. When we go around, we're always talking about how negative it is being in our head all day long. Well, the more you talk about and think about it, that's what you're going to get. And you're going to see, this is negative. See, there it is, negative again. Well, yes, because that's what you're focusing on. Let's look for a little inkling of light and pull that out, extract that out, and try to find more things like that. There's a little chain of light. Visualize it. There's a little chain of light in your mind, a thought, something, a lesson, an experience. Pull that little chain out, and then you'll find another one and just connect it to that chain and just keep connecting it and start focusing on that positivity. Start shifting your mindset to seek out the light, seek out the good. Tell God, thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for this air in my lungs. Thank you for the sun in the sky. Thank you for another day. Thank you for this new day, giving me another chance and have another crack at it. And thank you for walking with me every step of the way. So if you can't find any inkling of light right now, say those things. Focus on those things. Ask God to show you. Ask Him to put it right in front of you. So if you're like me, a lot of times you need a 2x4 to whack you across the head for you to notice anything. Ask for that. Say, God, take the 2x4, hit me across the head so I can see it. That's how clear I need the sign to be. Put it out in front of me. That's what I ask. That's what I say. It seems to work for me. Maybe you should try it. So friends, we can find blessings in the bad. We can find blessings in the darkness. Because of your soul and your faith and the Holy Spirit God is not just going to leave you. He's not going to abandon you or say, well, you're a lost cause. No way. Remember, Jesus leaves the 99 to go find the lost sheep. If you're the lost sheep, stay where you are. Keep wandering around. Jesus is coming to get you. So just be patient. But in the meantime, thank Him for it, that He's coming to look for you. Right? There are blessings here, friend. If you need help finding them, let's connect. Let me know. If you can't find your inkling of light, let me know. Send me an email. Under the podcast, there's going to be a link like to how you can follow me on Instagram, my website. Click on one of those, come over on Instagram, send me a message, send me an email. Let's figure out what that is. And then we can set up a call together. Let's figure out where your little inkling of light is. Talk to me. Let's get going on this, okay? Because it's enough. It's enough of all the talk about the negativity around body image and eating disorders. We need to start finding the light for ourselves, okay? Because no one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, okay? And I'm here to help. God is here with you. You have people who understand you and are here to hear you and listen. You have a great rest of your day. From the bottom of my heart, have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. I can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye. Hey there, beautiful. Do you feel like every step forward in your healing journey, you are met with setback after setback? It's like it doesn't matter how much effort you put into feeling better about your body, feeling better about your relationship with food. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you are trying to heal in your life, do you feel like the work you are putting in is constantly being erased by a trigger? Well, I hear you. I'm seeing all the comments online about people trying to heal their relationship with their body and with food, and it seems like triggers are something that are relentless in your life. They will not give up their grip on you. Here's the thing. Triggers are not going away, but there's something you can do about it. You have the tools, you have the capability within you to fight back. And to help you do this, I created a little workbook, a free download for you to get right now and start working on fighting back against your triggers. It's my 3-step process to tame your triggers. I walk you through, there are journal prompts in the workbook that walks you through exactly what you need to do to set up your own plan so that you are prepared the next time a trigger strikes. Friend, take back your life. Take back the control. Don't let triggers have control over you. The link for the download is in the show notes. Go download it now and take the first step to defending your life and defending your well-being. You got this, friend. Psst. Hey girl, I gotta tell you something. Did you know your eating disorder is keeping secrets from you? Yeah, it's a total butthead. But don't worry, I'm here for you. In fact, created a freebie for you to download. It's the 4 secrets your eating disorder doesn't want you to know. And these are 4 things that I wish I would have known years ago, back when I felt like I just could not get my head above the water no matter how hard I tried. I felt like wave after wave was crashing on me. These are the secrets that have really set me free, knowing these truths about myself. And they are things your eating disorder is trying to keep from you so it can keep control over you. Don't stay in the dark, friend. The link is in the show notes. Go download it now. Hey there, lovely souls. It means the world to me that you took time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me today. But here's the thing. You made time for yourself also. You put your self-worth and your mental wellness first by listening. Did you know that you can help me spread my message to others that so desperately need it? Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Rate and review my show. And hey, I want to hang out with you more. Come over on Instagram, follow me at Andrea_Caro, and send me a message. Tell me how you're doing. I want to get to know you. I can't wait to hear from you. And until then, shine on, babes.